friends. I'm glad you could join me. This is just a very quick, it's going to be an after bloom tutorial on how to cut these stalks off. And my amaryllis bloomed just beautifully. And you can either, I have these both in pots and I have them in the ground, but pretty much the care is about the same. I go from treating it like a blooming bulb to then once they've finished blooming, then I cut the bloom stalk off, and and then I treat it like more like it's a potted plant until the fall. And this is my way of dealing with it. I'm in a warm climate. For those of you who had a Christmas cactus, an amaryllis at Christmas, I'm sure your blossom is completely gone by now, and you probably have it in your basement or someplace. But if you've got leaves on it like this, you really can treat it like a plant until you're ready to do something else with it. But you can either use a nippers. It's a little windy out here, isn't it? You can either use your nippers and cut into it. That's one way of doing it. I like to take my design knife and actually get in there and get it, and I'll just cut through the back. And it's interesting because there's water in here, that it's been taking up. And just get that off. You can, little drippage. And we'll do it again, get in there tight and just give it a little cut, and you see that water just drained right out of there. Try it a third time, show you, and you can see that I'm getting right down in there. And then these can just be thrown away. This is nothing. But now that I'm doing the 1,000 pound challenge, where I'm recycling everything, I'm going to take these in and chop them up and weigh them, of course, and then I'm going to either give it to the compost or give it to my worms. But I wanted to show you now. Let me just take this one and show you. This one is still pretty, so this will give me another couple days. I could leave it, but instead I like to just kind of tidy it up because this is out in my front porch, and you missed there's a good ounce or so. My neighbors will come by and they'll say, "Oh, those are so pretty, aren't they gorgeous?" And on and on. And but I do keep these all summer long. I'll keep it as a plant, as a summer plant. Now, if these leaves don't come back up and they're hanging, I'll clip them off, and I will get more. It'll send out more new leaves. But if they're hanging, then I think they look unattractive, so we won't bother with that. So this is one that is going to stay back out here on the front porch. And now I wanted to show you my little guys, my kindergartners, as I call them. And these were just tiny little bulbs that all went into one pot, and they have sent up an awful lot of nice leaves. But you can see this, they are really tight in there, and they're actually, this is almost going to have to come out and be taken apart. I get kind of a rust on the leaves occasionally, and when that happens, as I start to see it and it starts looking like they look a little shabby, I just get right in there and just trim them back, and that's just like you're trimming any other houseplant. I don't really keep them in the house. I suppose I could, but I like to think that it's getting more sunlight and getting photosynthesis, and that's sending it back into the bulb. Now here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see there's a bulb over here that I'm not sure if that really would produce or not. Yep, it's still green inside, so it should be coming up. And then here's a little baby that's coming off of one of these that's gotten large. But these guys have gotten so much bigger in the last, oh, and there's another little baby in here. But these have gotten so much bigger that they're running into each other, and they're starting to send off little babies. And so this might have to be taken up and planted maybe in the ground, or have just a few in a pot. So that was all I wanted to show you. Now, what I will do with these that are going to be treated like a house plant, I have some time release fertilizer. I also have my worm castings. So what I will do maybe is just take some rainwater, put a little worm castings in it. It doesn't need anything that you're going to want to force it into blooming again. It's already given its bloom for the year. And I will go ahead and just, as I said, treat these like a nice little greenhouse plant. I'm not expecting anything fantastic out of it. I just want to keep it alive. And then come late in the fall, then I will go ahead and pull everybody out of either out of their pot, or the ones in the ground I usually leave over winter, but the ones in the pot I'll go ahead and take them out and clean them off, and I'll cut back their roots, and I'll cut off the tops. By then the tops have kind of gotten shabby looking from being out here, a lot of wind and stuff, and I'll let that bulb go ahead and rest for a few months before I start it all again. Usually I think I planted them in the end of January, first part of February, and so it gives it February, March, in 6 weeks, and they're blooming for me again. And so I keep thinking I should be adventurous and try starting them in November so that I have them for Christmas. But I like having blooms in February, March, April. I think that's great. So anyway, that was all. If you guys have any questions on Amaryllis, I've been doing it for with these same 5 bulbs for 15 years, and these bulbs have now become probably 100 or so, and I give some away, and I naturalize them. Some of them are out in my gardens, and I think they're really cool plants, and I hope you will try it too. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll let you go with that. Take care, everyone. Remember, garden what you've got. Bye-bye.